This is a video for the students at Haileybury explaining the AND and the OR statement in Python. Okay, so let's start off with the AND statement. So the first thing I'm going to do is create two variables, and I'm going to create one variable. I'm going to call it name, and I'm going to put in there Nicholas. And I'll create another one in there, and I'll call it age, and I'll say equals, I don't know, 49, right? Now, I've got two different variables in there. One's name and one's age. Now, you could ask questions of the user if you wanted to ask a question to do this, but in this situation, I'm giving you the variables. Now, let's use the AND statement first. So we can say if name is exactly equal to Jason, and age is exactly equal to 49, then print it's a match. Okay. Now, if it's not that, let's do something else. Let's go print nice to meet you, comma, name. There we go. So what I've done in here is we're using this AND statement to join the two variables together and test to see whether they're both correct. And if they're both correct, it should print it's a match. If they're not both correct, then the computer says, okay, well, that's not working, and so we're going to print something else, nice to meet you, and then whatever the variable name is. Okay. So if I run this right now, I'm just going to save it and run it. Well, I've got invalid. I've always semicolon. It's a colon, right? Save, run module. Okay, nice to meet you, Nicholas. Okay, so it's gone through and it says it's not Jason and the age 49. So the 49 was correct, but the name was wrong. So it's not going to say it's a match. It's going to say nice to meet you and then the new name, the variable. Okay. Now let's change our program and let's change this so that it is Nicholas. And then let's put, that'll do. We just put it is Nicholas, right? So now if we run it, that and that match, both of them match. Now if both of them match, it should say it's a match, right? So let's run that program, run module. It's a match. Now how can you use this in a real program, right? You can use this by having lots of information from users and you're doing a search for specific information. You might be looking for someone who is exactly 49, or you might be looking for people who are exactly named Nicholas, but that are also 49. So the AND joins the two together. However, what you can't do is you cannot do this. You can't do if name equals Nicholas and 49. You can't do that. You have to actually list the name of the variable that you're actually searching through. So you're searching through the variable age there. So that's an AND. Now let's change this and make this AND into an OR. So OR in here. Now if we're using an OR statement, and let's change this age here to 61. Okay, in this situation, it's saying if the name equals Nicholas or the age is exactly 61, print it's a match. Otherwise, just print nice to meet you. So this OR is saying it's one or the other. It doesn't have to be both. It can be one or the other. So if we run this now, run the module, save it, it's a match because Nicholas is correct. 61 might not be correct, but we've got the OR in there. It doesn't have to be both. It can be one or the other. Okay, so if I did in here Jason, again, both of those are incorrect. It should just print nice to meet you, Nicholas, right? Run module, nice to meet you, Nicholas. So that's the difference between an AND and an OR. AND is where you put two statements together and it has to have both of those statements. OR is where you might have two different statements and they don't have to be the same. Now you could actually put in another one in here. You could put in 10 different OR statements, or gender exactly equals male. Right. So if I had a gender up here as well, it could be any one of those three states, and it'll print it's a match. Okay, so that's kind of a way you can use an or an and statement, but remember you have to put in the full statement there. You can't just put in 61 or male or the first name.